Folks roll in a minute. Yo, 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 yo. It's your boy, the insurance junkie, your fiduciary fella, the all-star advisor Alonzo Hall. And I am here today to weapon tap on your head with another ADH wealth solution. Today is going to be a Wealthy Wednesday walk and talk. Now, you know I was talking about the deposits the other day. Oh, shit, I done bent my business card. It's a good thing I found out it's in there, but at least it comes out at will. And like I said, right now I'm not sitting in the car, but I have the 50 with me. Right? And that's cool for now. I'm just letting folks roll in, but I'm going to take you all through, like I said, that savings process. Now, if I show you my current savings account, my current checking account has nothing in it. My current savings account has $1,000 or two, but then I also have a separate savings account. And that one is one that, like I said, you want to have set up that you can only touch when it's when you go physically to the branch. So I'm just going to let some people roll in, and we're going to have a Wealthy Wednesday walk and talk. I might go ahead and get me a haircut today because I might get edged up again, actually. I kind of like that look with a little bit of hair on top. It's actually a decent look. And my barber actually keeps me to the position where I kind of look very corporate. He's an older gentleman. He's like, listen, man, because the other barbers that I've worked with, they used to do the little zigzags and stuff. He's like, nah, man, that shit look too hood. You're like, I don't like that. Not for what you do for a living. That shit look too hood. I was like, it's just a couple of extra. Like he said, nah, I don't mind. The regular part is fine, but once he put the zigzag in the back, it looks too hood. I was like, really? He was like, yeah, bro, you're a financial advisor. You look vanilla. I was like, yeah, I pretty much do. But I've always been that vanilla guy, right? But so what we're doing right now, I'm just walking and kind of running my mouth, but we're going to do the car savings challenge. So first step, I'm going to take you guys with me to the car. What's going on, fellas? And we and so we're going to go ahead and do that challenge and start saving up the money. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're enjoying the content, make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share, share, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional, the links are in the description of this video. So, in terms of that, right now what I'm doing, even though I don't need to, I'm going to my car. I should just pull up in the Benz and do a deposit, but I'm not going to do that because I've already got a nice little parking space. Right? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you guys with me, and we're going to go to the bit of the day. Because remember about that buy term and invest the rest, what you should really be doing is buying term and saving the rest if you're looking at a budget, right? Because again, most of the time, most people don't have enough money saved to invest because you have to invest in that lump sum. So remember, like I told you, you want to keep car cash. 1s, 5s, 10s, 20s. Right? And when you have your car cash, you spend the larger bills first. We building what's going on. Always stay woke and dangerous, no doubt. So, as you see here, here's what, and it's less now because I've been spending my car cash. But when you spend your car cash, the idea is you actually want to spend the larger bills first. So you spend the tens and twenties, then the fives, and then the ones. So when you do a deposit, you're probably going to end up depositing large sums of ones. That's how you end up getting the savings, right? Because you still need to do your everyday frivolous spending. You're still going to go get a Starbucks coffee. You're still going to go get ABC XYZ. But what starts happening is when, okay, I got a $20 bill that's in my car. That's what I got to spend. Let me go to McDonald's, spend it. It breaks down the change. Those singles and those coins, you're not going to want to go pull up the Starbucks and be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 18.50 for a cup of coffee and hand them a stack for a cup of coffee. But you'll do that in the bank. So when you compile $50, right? Usually it will be in large bills, but right now I mean, usually it'll be in singles, not large bills, but right now I've got it in a few large bills. Well, not large bills, but regular bills, right? Tens and twenties. I'm gonna do some messy shit, and I'm fighting this addiction. Luckily, right now, she ain't watching because he would be clowning the shit out of me because I told him to. Because we all have vices and weaknesses and need assistance. And one of the things I'm trying to do is quit smoking cigarettes. And so I figure let's bring back shame. I want to feel shame for smoking cigarettes. So every time I have one, if it's on the replay, somebody's going to have a comment and I'm going to start feeling shame. And people are going to be like, you know what? ABC, XYZ, because there's consequences for things that we do. And then what happens is I start to feel that effect and I get the ultimate goal of quitting cigarettes, and you've helped me do so. Right? So I think it's kind of cool. Where are my keys? Okay, they're here. So we're going to take this $50 and we're going to go deposit it in the bank. Okay? So now, where did I put my lighter? To have my hair cigarette. Right? So now, into a separate savings account is where you're going to deposit this money. Now, this is an account, again, like I said, that you have to physically go into the branch and touch, right? So you can't just transfer money into and out of this savings account. That's why it has to be separate from your main bank. So your main bank, I have a main bank that's a credit union based out of New York. So it's difficult for me to physically get there to deposit anyhow. However, if you're looking at like your main bank is, let's say, Chase. Okay, cool. So if your main bank is Chase, you make your secondary bank an ancillary bank that you have that's physically somewhere, but not ultra convenient. Or it can be right next to your house. The convenience is no. The fact is, you want the inconvenience of having to physically go to the branch of that bank. And that's kind of why you want it separate from your major account. So if your major account where you have your checking and you spend all your bills, you want to have a savings account there as well. But with things like your car cash or your wallet stuffing or envelope stuffing, while those things are excellent and great, you need to put them in a financial vehicle where there may be some interest earned. Because I can guarantee you this, leaving it in those envelopes is great, but they won't be gaining interest. Now, most of the time, at smaller levels, the accounts aren't earning interest anyhow. But over time, if you've got 50 envelopes of $1,000, that's 50 grand. Guess what? You can be earning interest on that kind of money. So those are the kinds of things that you want to take into account when you're looking at having assets, etc. So let's go into the bank and do this deposit. Sit this way, yes. All right. Hey, how are you? I'm doing well. I just need to make a quick deposit.
whenever you're ready.
Thank you.
And then you're depositing cash or check?
Cash.
Do
50.
you want a balance on your receipt?
Yes, please. I should probably put this away. So, guys, like I said, this is the account. The convenience is that it's inconvenient. I have to physically walk into the branch to put in or take out. That's how you create a savings. Now it's a completely separate account, and over time, it will start to have a balance. Once the balance is large enough, now you can start earning interest. An interest bearing account usually starts at about 15K, and you're only going to earn 0.00002% if it's with a major bank like Chase. Thank you. So, next, guys, like I said, so here's the balance. So, right now, I have what? 8.25 and a penny. Actually, I earned interest. um, I earned 1 cent of interest. So the way that you want to design that, so right, I just put $50 in, right? See, I should probably cover my account number. Hold on, it doesn't give you the account number, but as you see, I just put $50 in, right? Let's see. So I just put $50 in. Yeah, because it doesn't show the account number. I just put $50 in. Jesus Christ. There we go. I put 50 in, and you can see the balance is 825.01. So that is a completely separate savings account. And the goal is every time you get extra money or leftover cash, you put that cash into that separate savings account. With that cash in that separate savings account, it's going to eventually start to earn you interest. And then the beauty is this: it adds to your net worth. And things like when you go to apply for credit, now you have assets. What are things that are assets? Things that are assets are things that are easily liquidated. So when people think their house is an asset, yes and no. Yes, a house is an asset because you can sell it. However, in a crunch, you may not be able to sell it for what it supposes it's worth if you need the money in a speedy fashion, or if the market dictates, hey, listen, these houses in this neighborhood used to go for $1 million, but then gentrification happened and everybody moved out of this neighborhood, and we got all the people who were living in the areas that got gentrified now moved here. So this house is no longer worth $1 million because this neighborhood is no longer worth $1 million houses. So when things like that occur, you still have to watch almost for the hook. Right? Those are things that you want to be cognizant of because those are things that uh, aren't, like I said, a house is not something that you can just easily liquidate. It might sit on the market for 6 months, right? So while you're attempting to get this cash liquid, what is something that doesn't sit on the market for 6 months? Ironically enough, life insurance, especially when it has cash value, because you can access that cash very quickly. So it also adds to your net worth. It's literally like doing what I just did and putting my money in that savings account where you saw I put $50 in and it came 825. Now imagine that was a life insurance policy. It would also do a couple of extra things. What are one of those extra things that it would have done? Well, it would have multiplied my money because that 850 could have been 250,000 if something happens to me. Do you think my wife would prefer, hey, you got a bank account with $850? Cool. If you die, I got $850. Or, hey, you got a bank account that you put $850 in, but if you die, I get $1 million. I'd rather that. But yet, especially in the Black community, we're miseducated about life insurance. And this is why we don't buy it properly. Oh, I have a one policy. I'm good. Really. I am going to do a poll, and we are going to answer some questions about some thoughts that people may have on life insurance. I may drop the link for you guys because I may let folks come up and just have a chat. I appreciate you. We building over here again, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share, share, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional, the links are in the description of this video. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, the aspect of that savings account and the inconvenience of it would be so much more convenient using a properly funded life insurance policy that it makes no sense. Where'd that receipt go that I showed y'all, right? Because now that I'm inside. So okay. So $825, right? Can you see that? 825.01, right? I just deposited $50. It's my savings account at Citizens Bank, right? So that's just savings, right? That's an account that I don't touch. So people be like, hey, you got any money? Nope. Right? Because I can't touch that until it's at a point that I have it for whatever that goal that I'm saving for, right? This particular goal, I have a lofty savings goal. How you doing? Because I'm looking to purchase a home. So in that essence, you have to uh, have the discipline to hold back for these things. Jesus Christ, it's hot. Let me turn on this air conditioner. There we go. And I'm sitting in this car, burning up. Make sure you stay hydrated, though. Drink coconut water. It's actually a little better than regular water because it has electrolytes and stuff. Ice cold coconut water will murder Gatorade and Powerade. Health is wealth. Gatorade and Powerade try to emulate coconut water. Obviously, the most healthy coconut water is to get an actual coconut, crack that bitch open, and drink the milk and eat the meat. But if you can't and you need that alternative, okay, get you some coconut water. It's expensive, but is it? Let me tell you what's expensive. A hospital stay. A hospital stay that cost me $80,000. This is after I had a nice run. And I made about $60,000 selling life insurance in 6 months. I had made about $10,000 a month. Well, then I got sick. And that ruined things for me. Right? You see I just realized in the other video, you also get to see my screen. See, I don't drive with the screen up. So when I'm going to take off and drive, I always turn the screen down. You can see it in the back, right? But when I park, I always put the screen up. I just think that's one of those convenient features. Now, one of the things that I do dislike about the E-Class versus the C, so the flagship line of Mercedes, and I know I'm all over the place, but I was comparing life insurance to Mercedes-Benz. So the flagship line of Mercedes-Benz, the flagship Mercedes is the S-Class. That's a real Mercedes-Benz, right? And then you get into the Maybachs, etc., etc. But the beginning level or the luxury, the true Mercedes is the S-Class. Now, if you want the look of luxury, but not the performance, you get the C-Class, right? That's basically the what we would call the entry level in America Benz. There's multiple classes. There's the A class, the B class, the C class. They got an X class, which is a pickup truck. Hey, country girl Queena. But again, I'm actually like really into Benz. I'm not just driving a Benz because, well, yes, I am driving a Benz because it's a Benz, but because of that, I know the ins and outs of it. Just like Bubba Gump, no shrimp. That's how you should know things that you're interested in. So just like I know Mercedes, like Bubba Gump knows shrimp, I also know life insurance, like Bubba Gump knows shrimp. Okay, so when comparing Mercedes Benz, is again, the S Class is the ultimate. You have a high performance engine that will go very extremely fast. You have luxury accoutrement, leather, blah, blah, blah. Everything looks luxury. And you have a seamless suspension, usually an air ride suspension. So when you're doing 110 miles an hour, like I generally do in this Benz, you don't even realize it because the car doesn't shake and all that. Like, I've driven cars where, you hit 60, 70 miles an hour, you can feel the suspension shaking. You definitely don't feel that in the Benz. What do you feel in the Benz? Zoom, you know. Um, but with that, there's reasons for that. So again, the S Class is the ultimate luxury and performance. If you want luxury and you're willing to forego some of the performance, you go with the C Class. Okay, so the C, now we're not going to talk about the numbers 300, 250, etc., etc. If you're really a car person, then we can get into that, and I'll talk to my car people about that. But just on the base level, um, you know, when you're looking at a C Class, you're looking at getting the luxury but not the performance, right? And then, we're not going to look at the difference of a saloon, which is a four-door sedan, a coupe, a cabriolet, which is the drop top, or a shooting brake. A shooting brake, which is the wagon. Okay, so again, people, oh, get the coupe, and then they get the coupe with the drop top. The drop top is not a coupe. The drop top is a cabriolet. So there's levels to this. Like your boy Meek Mill said, is levels to this shit, young boy. Yeah, I'm a shout out to Manosphere. Yeah, you a bad B, but them homies ain't effing with you because it's levels to this shit, homegirl. Just because you cute and got a pretty butt is level. Niggas with certain kind of money move in certain kind of circles and they move a certain kind of way and they need a certain type of female to move a certain type of way with them. Don't quite matter what you look like, shorty. Right? But I digress. So if you want performance and you want to give up some of the luxury, you go with the E Class, which is what I have. So, for example, one of the things that pisses me off about my E Class is that I gave up luxury. I also bought my glasses holder. Like I said, I have my Burberry sunglasses and my Burberry driving glasses. But one of the things that pisses me off about my E Class is my sunroof, right? Because I have the power sunroof, right? But here's the problem with the power sunroof. It's only one way auto. So when I close it, right, it doesn't automatically close. Well, yeah, it automatically closes, but this portion I have to manually close, which pisses me off. Because if I had a C Class, I would have a button to press. And if I had an S Class, I would have a button to press and it would just open and close. And I mean, it's not an inconvenience, right? That, because like I said, if I press the button, right, hands free, you can see the sunroof opening, right? Boom, right? And then if I press the button, hands free, you can see the sunroof closing. But again, as a Benz connoisseur, that one little tidbit thing, when you're looking at luxury stuff, you're looking at the little things. It's the little things that matter. That's why you buy a Beamer, Benz, or Bentley. It's the really minute things. Just the fact that now, in order for me to close this, I have to physically reach up and do that. That upsets me. That's why I want an S Class now. But I love my E Class. I don't think I'm going to go to the S Class. The next thing I upgrade, I'm probably going to keep this for about 10 years. So I probably won't get a new one until 2036. So when I get to 2036, it'll be another E Class. But I forgot where I was going because I got so mad about my moonroof, right? Rich people problems, right? That's what people say. No, these are first world problems. Hey guys, give me 1 second. I got a phone call. All right, sorry about that, guys. That was my mother calling me. So ironically enough, she actually needs me to come pick her up. So I'm gonna take you off for a little bit of a ride with me. Um, why not? Let me get this car prepped for my mother. Spiakas. Right. So that's gonna need to go down. Turn off the indoor light. Put on the glasses. She what it do? So again, that $800 that I got in that savings account. Oh, so yeah, we were talking about the Mercedes Benz. So quick note: the E Class, which is the model I have, again, the rest of the world doesn't quite enjoy Mercedes like we do. The rest of the world uses the model of car that I have as a taxi. If you were to go other places in the world, they think my car was a taxi cab because Mercedes are actually very reliable vehicles. All right, a little bit pick up my mama. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I guess I'm gonna be quicker than I intended, but still in all, yeah, I got the air conditioner on. I need to have the window down. Because it's hot as sin. Turn this air up a little bit more. So again, with again, I'm talking about the flagship line. I'm not talking about the GL or the SLK or the CLK or the CL. These are variations to Mercedes. I'm talking about the flagship line. So in the flagship line, again, you're going to have the A, the C, the E, and the S class, right? S class is going to have everything. A class is a stripped down Mercedes, but it is a Mercedes. It at least gives you the prestige of having a Mercedes badge. C class is where you start to get into luxury. E class is performance. It's going to have a higher power engine. Like the C class that I looked at is it's smaller. It has a smaller engine, so it has a 4-cylinder engine versus a 6-cylinder engine. It doesn't have as many miles on the dash. I have 160 miles on my dash, right? The S class, I believe, has 220 miles on the dash, so it can perform a little faster than the C class. But again, these are just like your levels of life insurance. So a class or the bare bones in life insurance would be a term policy, right? It's nothing more than the fact that you have a life insurance policy. That's what term insurance is. It's like I have an A class Benz. That means I have a vehicle that has the logo of a Mercedes. That's all that having an A class means. Now, when you get a whole life insurance would be like having a C class. Well, I get some of the luxury of having the luxury flagship S class, but I don't get the performance, the power, the kick that would come behind it. Right? So I don't get the kick that would come behind it in the C class. So let me move up from a traditional whole life to maybe an overfunded whole life. Maybe just again a regular whole life, but overfunded, right? Then that might be, a 10 pay, a limited pay, right? Where you're only paying a policy for a certain number of years, but it's still whole life, still builds cash value, A, B, C, X, Y, Z. And that would be your E class. Some of the luxury, not as much of the luxury, it's more about the performance. So it's going to perform like the top of the line thing, but it's not exactly the top of the line thing. Then there's the top of the line, which would be an IUL, an Index Universal Life Insurance. Again, properly funded, right? Because just like if you get a Mercedes, any car, you can get different trim levels, right? So this is the AMG night package. I know you guys don't know what all that is yet. I'll be going into detail about the different accoutrements on Mercedes-Benz, and then I'll be comparing them to life insurance. You people are going to start loving this. All right? I promise you, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're enjoying the content, please make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share, share, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional, the links are in the description of this video. So again, ladies and gents, right? We want the best of the best. That's why you'll always hear Sheed when he talks about the insurance, you know, hey, listen, go see Alonzo. It's worth the consult, right? Because what the problem is people think that you're going to get sold more. Sheed, if you don't mind, I'm going to tell them a little bit about our consult. So when Sheed and I sat for the first time, we went over his things because he did already have life insurance before meeting with me. And when we went over the numbers and I looked at them, I said, well, based on the numbers right now, Sheed, you're good. You don't need any more life insurance. Dark Man Jeff, no doubt. Yeah, man. I'm going to pick up my mother. But he then said, yes, I understand, you know, I'm good as far as those numbers go, but I don't want the insurance just for this. I want ABC XYZ. So you also as the client are able to dictate. Now there's levels to it still, but he was like, hey, listen, you know, I know I'm good as far as that goes. Don't worry about it. I'm not worried about being sold. I want this. I was like, okay, you want to think about it? No, that's why I called you. I've thought about it. That's why I've called you. I've called you to go ahead and pull the trigger. It's like he was like, what would I go to a steak restaurant and think about it? No, I know I want to eat steak. Now, what steak that might be different, but I know I want to eat steak. I'm not gonna go, now that I'm at Olive Garden, do I want to eat pasta or do I want Burger King? Right? You're not going to do that. You went to Olive Garden to get pasta. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I am encroaching upon my mama. And she actually also asked for some coconut water. Hips on him. I just wanted to kind of share that with y'all for a little bit. I've been going for a little over 30 minutes. Thank y'all for those who are rocking with me on the live or on the replay. There's going to be a lot of tidbits and jewels and happenings here and there. With that, that's perfect. What I would say is come along for the ride because I'm about to start doing some things. You know, ladies and gentlemen, if you are enjoying the content, please make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share, share, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional, meaning me, the links are in the description of this video. Now, as you can see, like I said, the way that I'm into Mercedes, I'm also into life insurance. So that's why I know the ins, outs, ups, and downs. Like I said, with Mercedes, you can tell what trim a person has by looking at their front grille, right? If they have the emblem on the front and there's no Benz star in the grille, that is a base or luxury package, right? Well, generally luxury. Right now, if you go up to the model I have, which is a sport edition, you have the emblem back in the grille, but you have more sporty accoutrement. But things like the trim around the doors are the same color of the car. Now you can also get the AMG body styling. It's a lot sportier. You're going to have dual exhaust. You're going to have more sports. You're going to have prettier lights. You're going to have a star-filled grille if you're 2019 or better. And then I should sell Benzes, right? You're also going to have what else do you have in the And again, you still have the trim that you're gonna have bigger rims, right? Like my rims are 19s, I think. Right? This person would speed up a little bit. Jesus Christ. Right? So then you're going to get bigger rims. You're going to get different rim options with AMG, and you're going to get more performance. Then there's the AMG Night model. K Business Talk, what's going on? In the AMG Night model of a Mercedes, you're going to have a more sporty. You're going to have the grille in the front with the star in the grille. You're also going to have the hood emblem. You're also, that's on the S Class at least. You're also going to have pretty much everything else, double dual exhaust, but you'll also have blacked out trims on the side instead of body color. So if you had a red Benz, everything would be red, but the trim around the windows and the trim around the mirrors would be black because it's the AMG Night version. So it's the sleekest, sportiest looking model. So now the way that I just broke down different models or different trims of Mercedes is how I can break down life insurance, right? So, like, like, okay, you have people who work on Wall Street. Ask that person if they've heard of a company called EJ Sterling or 39 Broadway, right? Because I was a stockbroker for real, at a point in time at EJ Sterling. Um, so I probably run in the same circles of that person, right? Like I said, I don't have the same experience as most other people because I was on Wall Street. At any rate, guys, I got to get going. With that being said, wipe ass, work in progress every day and see success. Salute.